Around the world, the weather changes every day. And for millions living with diabetes, these changes matter more than most people realize. Heat, humidity, pollution, cold air, all of them affect hydration, stress, glucose stability, and daily decisions. This is why Elisence created Phase 12, the environment-aware diabetes coach. Not a weather widget, not a basic forecast, but a continuous safety companion that understands how the environment interacts with your diabetes. Today is very hot. Because you've had low glucose on similar days before, please keep water with you and take your walk earlier. Air quality is high in your area. Some people feel more tired on days like this. If you feel exhausted, it might be the environment, not you. Phase 12 follows strict global standards, FDA, EU MDR, NHS, and our own zero-trust architecture. It never gives insulin adjustments, never replaces doctors, never makes diagnosis. Only guidance, awareness, and safety. Diabetes is not lived in a clinic. It is lived in the weather, in heat, in pollution, in cold mornings, in real life. Phase 12 gives every citizen a companion that understands environment and safety and explains it in 5 languages. Phase 12 is not alone. It quietly works with diabetes, women plus nutrition and mental health to build a complete picture, safely. I'm here, just tell me when you need help. Drink water now. Stay indoors for a bit. Let's switch your walk. It's cold today. Your energy might feel lower. You're not alone. Wherever you are, I will help you understand the world around you. Because the world outside shapes the world inside.
Phase 12, Environment-Aware Diabetes. Coach video script. Sami speaking. Hi, my name is Sami, and I'm the founder of Elisence, the global digital health and humanity platform we are building across 17 phases. Elisence has one simple mission: to give families, patients, and governments a safe, multilingual companion that understands real life, not just numbers on a screen. You've already seen how we treat diabetes, women's health, nutrition, voice, and mental health as connected pieces of one ecosystem. Today, I want to talk about Phase 12, our environment-aware diabetes coach. When most apps think about weather, they add a small widget at the top of the screen and stop there. We take a very different view. If you live with diabetes, heat, humidity, cold, and air pollution are not decoration. They are part of your biology. They change how your body reacts to insulin, how quickly you get tired, how much you move, how hydrated you are, and how stressed you feel. Phase 12 exists to put that reality into software, but in a way that is non-diagnostic, non-prescriptive, and regulator-ready from day one. So what is Phase 12 in practical terms? Phase 12 is a context engine around diabetes. It continuously looks at the environment, temperature, humidity, heat index, basic weather conditions and air quality, PM 2.5, PM 10, ozone, NO2, overall AQI, and the metabolic context that we already know from Phase 9, diabetes, such as glucose trends, insulin or GLP-1 use, activity patterns, and hydration signals. Then it generates simple, educational coaching messages, on screen and through voice, in 5 languages: English, Farsi, Arabic, Turkish, and Romanian. No dosing advice, no medical decisions, just safe, explainable context. Let me give you a few concrete examples. A user in Doha opens Elisence on a very hot, humid day. In the background, Phase 12 has already pulled a coarse, city-level weather and air snapshot. Elisence knows from the diabetes phase that this person uses insulin and has had several low readings within 2 hours of injection on previous hot days. So Elisa, our companion, appears as a gentle card and a short voice message. Today is very hot and humid. On similar days, your glucose has sometimes dropped after insulin. Please make sure you stay hydrated, avoid unexpected intense exercise, and talk to your diabetes team if you've noticed more lows in this kind of weather. No numbers, no promises, no instructions to change insulin. Just pattern awareness, hydration focus, and a clear reminder that treatment decisions belong to the care team. Another day in London, the weather is cold and wet. The system sees that this user usually walks 7,000 to 8,000 steps. But on rainy days, activity drops sharply and average glucose rises. Elisa might say, rainy days like today often reduce your movement, and on those days, your readings have been a little higher. Would you like to switch today's walk to a short indoor routine instead? Again, this is behavioral coaching, not medical advice. On a third day, AQI and PM 2.5 are very high in a Gulf city. The user reports feeling exhausted and sees slightly higher readings. Elisa explains, air pollution is high today. Many people feel more tired in this kind of air, and some see higher glucose as part of that stress. Try to rest, stay indoors if you can, and discuss any unusual patterns with your clinician. In all cases, the goal is to help the user understand the why behind their day without ever pretending to be a doctor. Now, from a regulatory and legal point of view, Phase 12 has been designed under a strict contract. For the FDA, it sits in the general wellness COSH low-risk CDS space. It supports understanding, but does not drive dose changes or emergency decisions. For NHS and UK regulators, it is designed to be DTAC compatible and to stay outside high-risk MDSW territory. No diagnosis, no triage, no automated treatment pathways, only education, risk awareness, and pattern context. For EU MDR, default behavior is pure wellness and lifestyle support. Any future medical mode for clinicians would be feature flagged, with its own risk assessment and evidence pack. For GCC and SFDA style frameworks, it respects PDPL and data residency rules. We use coarse city region location only, route all external API calls through a hardened environment layer, and keep strict separation between personal health data and third-party environment feeds. Underneath all of this is our permanent zero trust architecture and our BBVP process: build, back, verify, prove. Every environment call is logged with provider name and version in an append-only worm ledger. Every rule that combines environment with diabetes data is tested, and every message template is checked in all 5 languages for safety, non-diagnostic wording, and cultural sensitivity before it ever reaches a user. How does Elisa fit into this? From Phase 5, Elisa already has a personality engine, multilingual text packs, and a safe voice interface. Phase 12 simply gives Elisa a new sense, awareness of the outside world. Because of the time and place intelligence we've already designed, Elisa knows which city and country the user is in, what the local climate is like, and which language and regulatory context applies. So in this phase, users can simply say, "Elisa, how is today's weather affecting my diabetes? Is this a good day to walk outside? The air feels heavy. Could that be part of why I'm so tired?" Elisa responds with short, safe explanations, always reinforcing hydration, rest, sun, and heat protection, and always reminding the user to discuss real treatment changes with their care team. Through Phase 13, voice, this is completely hands-free, which is especially important for older adults and people who are visually impaired. Phase 12 is also designed to link forward and backward to other major parts of Elisence. With Phase 9, diabetes, it provides the environmental context around glucose patterns, hypos, and fatigue. With Phase 7, Women Plus, it can gently explain why hot, polluted days during certain parts of the cycle or pregnancy might feel especially exhausting, always in soft, non-clinical language. With Phase 17, Mental Health and Meditation, it becomes one of the inputs to our emotional wellness engine. On days with extreme heat or poor air quality, Elisa can offer short grounding exercises and calm now sessions, recognizing that physical and emotional load are connected. With Phase 16, Nutrition, it can nudge people towards hydration, lighter meals and heat, and safer timing of outdoor activity. In other words, Phase 12 is not a separate weather app. It is a backbone context engine that quietly strengthens the entire Elisence ecosystem. Through Phase 13, Voice, this is completely hands-free, which is especially important for older adults and people who are visually impaired. Phase 12 is also designed to link forward and backward to other major parts of Elisence. With Phase 9, Diabetes, it provides the environmental context around glucose patterns, hypos, and fatigue. With Phase 7, Women Plus, it can gently explain why hot, polluted days during certain parts of the cycle or pregnancy might feel especially exhausting, always in soft, non-clinical language. With Phase 17, Mental Health and Meditation, it becomes one of the inputs to our emotional wellness engine. On days with extreme heat or poor air quality, Elisa can offer short grounding exercises and calm now sessions, recognizing that physical and emotional load are connected. With Phase 16, Nutrition, it can nudge people towards hydration, lighter meals and heat, and safer timing of outdoor activity. In other words, Phase 12 is not a separate weather app. It is a backbone context engine that quietly strengthens the entire Elisence ecosystem. For investors and ministries, the key questions are usually, is this medically safe? Is this legally defensible? Is this technically realistic at scale? And does it truly add value beyond a normal diabetes app? Our answer is 1. Medically safe, no dosing, no triage, no diagnosis. All messages are educational, conservative, and designed with clinicians and guidelines in mind. 2. Legally defensible. The phase is framed explicitly as low-risk CDS wellness support, with clear boundaries documented against FDA, NHS, EU, MDR, and GCC expectations. 3. Technically realistic. We use existing global weather and AQI providers wrapped in our own audited environment layer and combine them with structured diabetes data we already manage in other phases. 4. Real added value. In many GCC and MENA cities, extreme heat and poor air quality are daily realities for populations with some of the highest diabetes rates in the world. A coach that understands this context, in Arabic, Farsi, Turkish, Romanian, and English, is not a cosmetic feature. It is a strategic tool for prevention, safety, and education. To summarize in one sentence, Phase 12 turns weather and air quality from a background noise into a safe, multilingual diabetes companion, aligned with global regulations, protected by Zero Trust and BBVP, and deeply integrated into the wider Elisence ecosystem.